All right, we're out in the front of my house and we're gonna look at some different types of flowers and plants. I want you all to use your five senses to see, hear, imagine what it would taste and feel, and you can see what each plant looks like while you're out here. Different plants bloom in different seasons. This is a gardenia bush, and this will bloom later on in the fall and again in the spring, and it blooms beautiful white blooms. A lot of these plants are just going out of season because fall is about ready to start. This plant is called the Corona de Cristo, and if you were to feel the stem of this plant, it would hurt because that is very sharp. This is called a snake plant. It's good for purifying the air. It's very easy to grow. You might recognize this plant, boys and girls. It was in our classroom. This is the Monstera plant that I had in the back of the classroom. And you know what, boys and girls? I think that this plant was thriving when you all were in this space. I think it's missing you, and it's needing to get back to school. I want you to notice the shape and form that each plant makes is special and unique. Patterns that we see in nature, and how things in nature also grow in their own time and season. Down here I have some tools and empty pots ready to plant my fall flowers. In my planter box, you could smell rosemary and basil, the pattern on that prayer plant. All right, boys and girls, so we are entering my backyard, and we are going to look around back here to find some shape and form in nature. And I want you all to be inspired because you are going to be drawing your own composition using images found in nature, and I want you to compare and contrast different shades of green. Okay, we see a light green and a dark green, different colors that you might see, and also the sizes and shapes of different things. Of course, we're going to be using our five senses: sight, smell, touch, taste, and hearing. Look at this long vine that's growing off of that plant. some flowers are still wrapped up tightly in a bud. They are just waiting to bloom. These flowers bloom in the late morning. So right now they're closed up, and in the late morning time, this plant will be full of flowers. Imagine what it would feel like, boys and girls, to touch this cactus. You can imagine what that would feel like. So we have different shades of green, we have different sizes. You can find a lot of repetition and pattern in the garden. Okay, so similar size leaves, very different colors. Lots of different shades of green here. Here again, we can find repetition and pattern. Now, these three cactus were started from just one little piece that was given to me by a student. And you can see here that we have a small, medium, and large cactus. You can hear the leaves crunching under my feet. You can imagine what it would feel like to touch the spikes on the cactus. Lots of different forms and shapes. This plant grows chili peppers, so you can imagine what the taste would be like, right? Spicy. This is what's called sweet Italian basil, and it's good for cooking. This is called eucalyptus, and it helps people breathe. So this can be called a plant that would be used for aromatherapy. Some plants are just starting out as tiny little babies, and then they will grow larger. What do you think that feels like? So we can find lots of symmetry in the garden. Radial symmetry. Some more radial symmetry. This is a small Corona de Cristo that I showed you earlier. This is a shell that I brought back from Florida where my family lives, and I planted some succulents. So think about, boys and girls, what you want to include in your vase of things found in nature today. These are some meadow flowers, boys and girls, that are in my backyard that I just spray painted. And you might be able to hear the wind and the leaves crunching. These things are all just starting to grow. Look at the form and shape of the little cactus that's starting. This is going to be a banana tree.